How to write a headline. How to write a headline. The headline is an important aspect of every form of writing for the mass media. We're going to learn how to write the headline for a straight news report. For a straight news report, there are different kinds of mass media writing. You have the straight news report, you have the feature story writing, you have the opinion article writing, you have the editorial, but we are going to learn the headline for a straight news report. A straight news report is a skeletal kind of writing. A straight news report is a piece of writing that contains the basic news elements, the 5 W's and H, the who, the what, the where, the when, the why, and then the how. The straight news report adopts the inverted pyramid format where the story is written from the most important point to the least important point. So if you have 5 paragraphs, it starts from the most important paragraph to the least important paragraph. Now we're going to learn how to write the lead and then how to write a straight news report. But for now, we'll teach you how to write the headline. And we're going to teach you the simplest form of headline writing. There are different ways. Writing the headline is technical, but we're going to pick the simplest form and then you start from there. Probably in this first part of how to write a headline, we teach you the basics, how to quickly write a headline, how to look at a lead or look at a story and then develop a headline for a straight news report. That's what we're going to teach you now, how to write a headline. What is headline? What is headline? Now the headline is the gateway to the content of the story. The headline is like the flag. It is the first thing you see on a story and then you get attracted to read that story. So the headline is very important. You need to write the headline well, make it catchy, make it punchy for someone to see and say, yes, let me read this story. So what is the headline? We said the headline is the gateway to the content of a story. The headline is the flag of a story. So the headline summarizes the content of the story. When you look at the headline for a straight news report, remember we're looking at the headline for the straight news report, the kind of story that adopts the inverted pyramid style. It is called the straight news report. The headline for the straight news report summarizes the content, the main item in the story. You look at it in the headline, you see it, and then it is a pointer to the content of the story. The headline is the main point of the news item. So whenever you're writing the headline, bear in mind that it is the gateway to the content of the story. You bear in mind that it is the pointer to the story. It is the main point of the news item. So the headline should not just be punchy, catchy, and straight to the point, but it should also reflect the content of the news story. The headline is the title of the story. So the first definition of headline is that it is the title of the story. Now it is the title, but it is also a pointer to the content. It's also a summary of the content. So the title should have a link to the story. And that is why it is technical. Writing the headline is technical because it has to be a link to the story, especially the lead of the story. That is the first paragraph. The headline is the subject matter in a nutshell. So whenever you see a story, how do you package that story in just one line called the headline? That is what we're going to teach you now. Headline writing. How to write a headline for a straight news report. So what are the characteristics of a headline for a straight news report? It is short and simple. It is not supposed to be too long. It's not supposed to be long at all, but just note that it is short and simple. It comes in present continuous tense. This is very important. Now there are other ways to write the headline and it will come in past tense, but as somebody learning how to write the headline for the first time, you should adopt this style which presents it in present continuous tense. It means that the headline is written as if the event is happening as you are writing the story. If something happened yesterday, for instance, or a day before, and you want to write the story today, you have to write it as if it is still happening. It is happening on the spot, as if the readers are reading it and watching the story. That's why we say it comes in present continuous tense. Obasanjo visits motherless babies' homes. Obasanjo donates items to schools. President Buhari commissions projects. Governor Ugwuanyi advises workers to be punctual. Police arrest 3 robbers. You can see that the headlines that I've given you are in present continuous tense. as if it's happening now. Governor Obiano commissions 3 boreholes. You don't write Governor Obiano commissioned 3 boreholes. That is in past tense. No, it comes in present continuous tense, and it comes in active voice. If you see the top point there, you will see it says it comes in active voice. So we're combining the 3 points we've mentioned already. You will see it is short and simple. It comes in present continuous tense, and it comes in active voice. We have said that present continuous tense you write as if the event is happening in front of you. Even if it happened yesterday, or you are writing it and the audience will read it the next day, write in present continuous tense. And the present continuous tense is often active. You don't say Governor Obiano has 3 boreholes commissioned. That's passive. But you say Governor Obiano commissions 3 boreholes. You don't say schools to be reopened by the federal government. That sounds okay, but the correct thing and the proper thing is to put it in an active voice. Federal government to reopen schools. Federal government to reopen schools. Don't say schools to be reopened by the federal government. You say federal government to reopen schools. You don't say strike to be embarked on by health workers. You say health workers embark on strike, or health workers to embark on strike. So active voice, present continuous tense. Now the headline is related to the lead. It is related to the lead, that is to the first paragraph. Whatever you put in the title of the story should be reflected in the first paragraph of that story. That is why it's a pattern. That's why it adopts the inverted pyramid style, such that even if you remove the other paragraphs of the story will still be complete. And that is why the headline should reflect the first paragraph, which is the lead. The headline should not contain articles like a, they, and. The headline does not contain them because it is supposed to be short and simple, and it's supposed to be punchy. It's supposed to be straight to the point. So you don't put all those articles. That is one basic feature of the headline. For instance, if the governor of Cross River State, Ben Ayade, commissions a borehole, just one borehole, you don't say Governor Ayade commissions a borehole. You say Governor Ayade commissions borehole. Even though you have one borehole, you don't say a or one borehole. That is the nature of the headline. That is a basic feature of the headline. In order to try to make it short and compress it, you remove the articles. The headline should not have articles like a, the, and. It should not have conjunction like and, but. While talking about conjunction, you use comma to separate whatever you want to separate. If, for instance, Governor El-Rufai of Kaduna State and Governor Ben Ayade of Cross River State want to visit, or they visited the president, you say El-Rufai, comma, Ayade visit Buhari. You don't say El-Rufai and Ayade. No, you don't do that. So you try as much as possible to compress the headline. Then the headline uses abbreviations and acronyms. If you're talking about National Broadcasting Commission, for instance, the NBC, if you want to write about the NBC in the headline, you will not write National Broadcasting Commission sanctions radio stations. You say NBC sanctions radio stations. You use the acronym. Then in the first paragraph, that is the lead, you now explain, you write out the acronym in full so that whoever is reading the story will see the meaning of NBC. If you want to write a headline that involves EFCC, you don't write Economic and Financial Crimes Commission arrests fraudsters in Osogbo. You say EFCC arrests fraudsters in Osogbo. The headline comes in infinitive form, that is futuristic term. If the event is still going to happen, you use TO to show that the event will happen. Governor Ayade to visit Buhari, schools to reopen on Tuesday, APC, PDP to hold national peace meeting. Now the headline can also come in past tense form or in quotation form or in other formats, but we want to take it one after the other. You must have seen a headline that says 5 feared dead in clash with police. So headline can also come in past tense form, but let's take it one after the other. And then the simplest form is the one that comes in present continuous tense in active voice and does not contain articles and all that. So let's just teach you how to write the headline before you begin to learn other forms, how it comes in quotation form, how it comes in past tense and others. Now let's look at this headline. Look at the lead, the first paragraph of the story. That's the lead. Look at the lead. It says, Chairman of DAR Communications PLC Raymond Dokpesi Jr. has tested positive to coronavirus. Look at the headline. Dokpesi tests positive to COVID-19. So you see, it comes in present continuous tense. Dokpesi tests positive to COVID-19. You can say Dokpesi tests positive to coronavirus. Learn how to write the headline using the present continuous tense. It is the easiest way to write headlines. Start with that. If this is your first time of writing headline, start with that. Just look at stories, look at leads, look at events, and then try to carve out a sentence that is written in present continuous tense. That's the fastest way to learn how to write headline. Dokpesi tests positive, not Dokpesi tested positive. No, it's wrong. Say Dokpesi tests positive. Learn this one first, and then subsequently you will learn other forms of headline writing. Let's show you other examples. Let's keep showing you examples so that you will learn how to write headline for Straight News Report. Lagos State government has announced the discharge of 49 COVID-19 patients. That's the first paragraph. Remember that we said that the headline should always be linked to the story, and I said it should be linked to the first paragraph. So the fastest way to write the headline is to look at the first paragraph and then write your headline. Most times, reporters don't start a story by writing the headline. They finish the story and then develop their headline. So if that is the best way for you to write the headline, then write your lead first and then you pick out the headline. Or by the time you improve, you can write the headline first. Keep looking at examples of headlines, especially the ones that are written in active voice, the ones that are written in present continuous tense. These are two features that will help you to learn how to write the headline easily. Look at the story. The Lagos State government has announced the discharge of 49 former COVID-19 patients. And the headline says, Lagos discharges 49 former COVID-19 patients. Somebody can say, Lagos announces discharge of 49 COVID-19 patients. Lagos announces discharge of 49 COVID-19 patients. Another person can say, Lagos discharges 49 COVID-19 patients. In the first paragraph, you will see that there is an article there, the discharge of, THE. The Lagos State government announced the discharge of, but in the headline, you won't find that article. Instead of saying Lagos announces the discharge of 49 COVID-19 patients, you say Lagos announces discharge of 49 COVID-19 patients. Remove the article, compress the headline as much as you can, and then explain further in the first paragraph or within the other parts of the story. Look at this headline. First of all, we read the lead. That's the first paragraph. The pharmaceutical giant Pfizer has said that a new coronavirus vaccine could be tested as early as next week. Look at the headline. Drug giant Pfizer says vaccine very close to trial phase. Drug giant Pfizer says vaccine very close to trial phase. Look at this headline. The story says, Federal government Wednesday said banks in Lagos, Ogun, and Abuja will begin operations from Monday, 4th of May, 2020. The headline says, FG orders banks to open from Monday. FG orders banks to open from Monday. Remember we said the headline uses abbreviations. So instead of in the headline saying federal government orders banks to open on Monday, you say FG orders banks to open on Monday. So learn how to use abbreviations in the headline. The secret of writing headline is to keep reading headlines. Go to newspapers. Look at several headlines. Try to write your own that way. Keep looking at headlines for Straight News reports. If you are learning how to write a Straight News report, go to newspapers, listen to news, take a look at how they wrote their headlines in the newspapers. That will make it easy for you to learn how to write the headline.